And we are now live.
Well,
so
let's just give it a second just to make sure.
We're
here. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all doing very well and you've enjoyed this, hopefully where you are, quite a pleasant yet windy day. So we have.
Yeah, we've got a lot done, haven't we, today?
Got a lot done today.
Yeah.
So we've got quite a few things to talk about.
Yeah.
But I'll let you introduce our guest.
Yes.
This week, because I think you say it so much better than I can.
So this week on At Home with the Fishers, episode 9, we have Wayne the Woodturner with us. So welcome, Wayne. We're really delighted to have you with us.
Yeah.
Hi, Wayne.
So let's just see who's on as well. So we've got Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft, Deborah Beardall, Cy Smith, David Julie, Andy Pugh. So hello, everybody.
Good evening, everybody.
Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft says, hope you are both well. Valerie is an avid viewer now as well. Oh, that's nice.
Cool. Thank you.
They're in Italy. So welcome, Wayne, to At Home with the Fishers.
Yes, another one of
thanks for having me.
Our live maker guests. So Wayne is very popular in the woodturning and maker community. He's one of the usual suspects at the events and Maker Central and New Kit and Harrogate. So I'm sure.
You were going to say bar there, Chris.
Hey, yeah. So there's lots of people out there that know him and get to chat to him and follow him on YouTube and stuff. So
shall I tell you a bit more?
Yeah.
Wayne has been turning since 1986.
Ooh.
And you need to talk about this, but I believe he uses an Axminster lathe.
All right. Cool.
He also lives in Dumfries in southwest Scotland. And he has a YouTube channel that he started in September 2017. So I hope that was correct.
Amazing.
Yep, all correct.
Good.
Was that he lived or lives?
Lives in Dumfries.
Lives.
Yeah. I like it round there. I had a couple of days up there a few years ago, Dumfries and Galloway, and I was just taking my camera and doing a lot of black and white photography, and it was fab. I loved it. It was really
It is. It's a lovely area. It really is.
Yeah. I had a really good few days. So shall we start straight off?
Let's make a start, and we have the same questions as we always have, but obviously it's a different person, so we'll get a different take on those answers, and we'll learn a little bit more about Wayne.
Yeah.
So
the first question is, why do you make?
Why do I make? Probably because I always have done. My dad was a mechanic. He did a lot of stuff outside work to make extra pennies. Mechanicking wasn't one of the things that realistically I thought I might end up doing, but I ended up being a mechanic for 16 years myself.
Right.
I was a mechanic in the army, and a lot of the places where I was posted, the type of workshop that we had, it was sort of 1- and 2-man workshops. So if we didn't have anything, basically we had to make it.
Yeah.
So it came from there. The wood turning side of things was when I was leaving the army. I got what we had then. I don't know if they do the same thing now. It's a pre-release course, and Jane and I had just bought an old cottage just outside Dumfries, which needed some work on it. So I did an introduction to the building trades.
Right.
Bit of bricking, bit of plastering, painting and decorating. Plus, they let us loose in the joiner's shop where there was a lathe, and that was it.
Yeah.
Went home on leave and bought a lathe, and I've been probably buying them ever since.
Yeah.
So that's realistically why I do what I do.
Yeah.
In the past, I've done other things. When the first extension we had on the cottage, basically we had the shell put up, and then we did everything else ourselves. Fitted the windows, put the plasterboard up. I did all the electrics, all the plumbing. I didn't do the actual plastering myself. That is just something I can't do. Can't do that to save my life. So we've got somebody in to do that, but we did everything else.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's why I do what I do.
Well, that's really cool, and it sounds like you've got a great skill set there, and people that are really good with their hands have always been good with their hands, and they always will be.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You know.
Well, this is what the maker community is like, I think. You know, it's people who are good with their hands, and then they just go from there.
Yeah.
So you've been turning then over 30 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a long.
I have.
That is a long time.
One of these days, I might be able to do some good with it.
So, do you have a lot of your pieces in your house then?
I've got a few. How many have there? Well, yeah, I have got a few. Mainly more of the artistic type ones I've still got in the house, because it's difficult trying to find an outlet for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you sell a lot of your work?
I try to.
Yeah.
I certainly try to. Like I was saying to you earlier on, with this one particular cooperative I'm a member of, having to restock the shelves like every fortnight when I'm manning the shop. The stuff just seems, and funnily enough, it's mainly the coloured work that's selling.
Yeah.
Right.
The sort of round and brown stuff doesn't seem to sell that well, but the coloured stuff does.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people like something that's got a bit of an artistic element to it.
Yeah.
I think it appeals to people. So obviously, all these people who are on the chat now, they all know you, and I know that you're well known in the wood turning and the maker community. What do you think the maker community has given you?
I think probably a bit more of an identity. It's certainly given me, in some ways, an outlet for me work. It's certainly given me a hell of a lot of inspiration.
Yeah.
Like I was saying again earlier before we went live, Glyn Senior of Yorkshire Grit, he's been a great help.
What? Hey, what's it called?
Yorkshire Grit, the Woodturner's abrasive paste, the original and the best.
Carry on.
Yeah, he's been a great help with allowing me to go on his stand and demonstrate the product, and again get my face out there.
Yeah.
Mind you, not necessarily a face you want to see all the time, but getting it out there anyway.
So you said that the maker community inspires you. Who's inspired you, and what has that led to?
Steve Trudell has inspired me a hell of a lot. He has his down times, if you like, but he always seems to bounce back.
Yeah.
His ideas, and I don't know where he gets his ideas from, but some of the stuff that he turns out is absolutely exceptional. And I wouldn't have even thought of even trying to do stuff like that. I mean, especially the turn banana. Everybody talks about the turn banana. I used to turn a lot of fruit at one time, but whenever I did bananas, I always did them on a bandsaw.
Yeah.
I'd never even thought about sticking a piece of wood on and turning a banana on a lathe.
Yeah.
You know, so there's certainly these thought processes. Who else? Martin Saban Smith and his colouring.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant what he does with colours. Trying to think of others now. I think just the community in general, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Because there are some exceptional people out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we love the maker community, and especially things like Makers Central, because there's such a camaraderie and people genuinely want to help each other. We just love that, and I don't think you find that in many other places. It just seems to be something very special about the maker community.
It does, and especially people who are, that's probably wrong saying especially people, but certainly people who have attended Maker Central and actually seen what the camaraderie is like, and how easy it is to actually to speak to the really well known YouTubers. That's something that's I found amazing, because in some ways they are celebrities within a certain area.
Well, for sure, some of them, are within their own spheres, quite famous now because of YouTube, and they've, they're earning a bloody good living out of it, and some of them, have been featured, like Laura Kampf, that's been on Adam Savage's, one of the former Mythbusters.
Yes,
she's been on his YouTube channel a couple of times. And obviously you've got, the main man, Jimmy DeResta, who's had his own TV shows and he was filming. So you're quite right there, Wayne, to get to rub shoulders with these people, and they're not huge egos. Like, look, we're all the same.
No, they're not. The thing that got me to going back to last year's Maker Central, I remember it was on the Friday evening. I was standing outside at the Hilton, talking to a couple of guys, and Jimmy walked up and said hello, and he was asking if I was a YouTuber. I said yes. He went straight on and subbed, and we stood and had a chat. And the next day, you've got people queuing for hours to get the DeResta sign spray painted on them. You know, I mean, it was just, I thought, bloody hell, I was just chatting to him last night.
It is incredible.
Yeah, that's what's so nice about it. They are just normal human beings.
It's funny, Maker Central just gone, and the one before, on both occasions, as we've got to the Hilton, I've heard your voice outside. in that little group of people that stood outside just having a quick cigarette. But that's twice I've walked up, and obviously, very distinct for me. I can't see, and I don't. In fact, no one's ever described you to me, so I'll let Nicola do that. But I'm walking up, and I hear this, excuse my French, but why man sort of. And you're always so nice, and you always straight away, how you doing, guys? And it's like, really, I don't even need to see you, because you've got distinctive, recognizable voice. But two visits to Maker Central, and twice you've said hello, stood outside. But it's quite a gathering outside there, though, because I can hear lots of voices. So it's busy inside the lobby. It's hot. You can go outside. You can have a cig with your mates, but you're still talking about all the same stuff, I gather. So.
Oh, aye, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
We've got a question. David Julie's asked, what lathes do you use?
Right, I've got a small Axminster lathe, which I bought a hell of a lot of years ago, purely for if I was going to travel about doing demonstrations or maybe at shows and things like that. So I've got that one. The daily lathe I use is a Axminster 1628.
Right.
I've had that for a good few years now. I think I got that just after they came out. And I've got the Jolly Green Giant, the VB36.
Yeah. So do you know what, Nicola?
What?
The VB. You know, it's the Vic Mark. It's
No, it's not the Vic Mark, Chris.
Is it not? I'm
No.
confused.
No, the VB 36 was, I'm forgetting the name of the two guys, because V stood for one of them and B stood for the other.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically it's a big pedestal lathe. It's a standalone pedestal lathe,
All right.
built for ball turning.
Right.
It's can't remember who supplies them now. Steinert own them now. It got sold to Steinert in Germany. But it is basically for big stuff.
Right. Okay.
I mean, if Nicola has a look, it's I can't remember if it's on Grit and Sheen. But Glenn's had a lump of burr on his VB today, which I took down for him, which is an absolutely massive hunk of wood.
Right.
I'll have a look at that.
Yes, so I've got that for me when I'm doing me big work.
Right. So you mentioned that you've got a demo coming up in Glasgow.
Yeah.
So what lathe do you take? Do you take your own lathe?
No, actually, they're supplying the lathe. It's I think it's the Record Herald that they've got, which is going to be the first time I've used one. But luckily, you know, if I can take all my own chucks and everything, because it's the same spindle size.
Right.
So that's a bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, because we usually take your lathe, don't we? So
yeah, usually
take carting it around with us.
Yeah, Axminster stores are fine because they've got Axminster stuff. But well, that was a no-brainer. I don't even know why I bothered to say that. I don't need to take one to an Axminster store, but we take my 1416 VS with us everywhere else, because a lot of places have got, you know, lathes with this, you know, whether it's a Nova or, you know, it's a Record Power. Obviously, a touchpad system is very difficult for the blind to use, because the start and stop feel the same, and I'm there smacking the stop button for half an hour trying to get the lathe to spin up, you know. But obviously, for a sighted person like yourself, you know, what you're touching. But yeah, so the Glasgow demo, that's this Wednesday, did you say?
Yeah, Wednesday evening.
Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday evening. I think it's 7 till 9.
Right. Okay, so anybody in the area, I'm sure the club would...
It's out, it's not actually, it's Inverclyde Woodturners Club, Woodturning Club, and I think it's out, it's a place called Port Glasgow, which is sort of way out west of Glasgow, but on the south side of the Clyde.
Right, okay. And you were mentioning there's just sort of like a different approach to this demo because of the confines of the area. So do you want to talk more about that?
Well, Alex, the guy who got in touch with us, basically said he's wanting me to do some coloured stuff, but it seems the Woodturning Club is held in a canteen, so I can't do any sanding.
Right.
So basically, it's going to be all tool work. They're wanting us to do a water drop bowl, and I think they're also wanting us to do some string pull stuff as well. So basically, it's like Blue Peter gone mad. It's going to be here's half a dozen I did earlier. So I'm going to have bowls at different stages of turning. So basically, I can do some turning, take that off the lathe, put another one on, do the Yorkshire grit, take that off the lathe, put another one on. So it's going to be like that.
Yeah.
But I suppose in some ways it's quite good because I'm not having to stand there doing bloody sanding.
Yeah.
Which is not my favourite thing, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'd certainly be a different thing for people to see. You know, it's quite rare. The whole, you know, I've done a project, but here it is in its various stages of completion. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
And I would actually like to feel a project like that in various stages, I think it'd really be interesting for my mental images to feel one, you know, it's pretty fresh and raw, and then here it is at the next step. Be quite interesting that. So I'm sure it'll be an epic demo, even though you can't sand.
I think you must have to really think through your preparation to make sure you've got everything at the right stage.
Oh yeah,
Right.
It has taken. I say I've got about 5 bowl blanks, all in different stages of preparation. I've actually got them lined up.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going right. That's the one where I'm just purely mounting it on the lathe and turning the bottom.
Yeah.
That's the one. The next one, the bottom's already turned and sanded to 240. So now I'm doing the Yorkshire grit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I can actually flip that one round and do the top. But then I've got another one that's been sanded to 400 where I can start doing the paintwork on it and the water and everything.
Yeah.
And then I've got one sort of which has gone through just about the whole process, and I'm just turning the bowl out of it.
Right.
And then I'm doing a similar thing for doing the string pull technique as well. I've got vases at various stages of turning, so I can sort of just take one off and put another one back on.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really interesting for your
Yeah.
audience. That I think it's a very, very different take on a demo, but I think it sounds really interesting.
And
I really do.
It'd be good to sort of for them to see all the way through the process, because as you said, you needed 24 hours between one of the stages for dry.
Well, yeah, when you're putting the water on, when you're putting the water drops on, and then you paint over the top of the water drops, it's got to be left for 24 hours for the water to evaporate or dry.
Yeah.
So it leaves the water drop effect.
Yeah.
So it's not actually something you can do in one session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way of getting to the end of the project.
Yeah.
Ella Mackay said, "Hi Wayne," from David McClernon, and then David's come on and said, "Hi everyone," and he's asked, was just wondering, what do you do with your products when finished?
How does he mean? What do I do with them?
I don't know. I presume, does he mean at a demo?
Oh right, it's a demo. Now I did a demo at my woodturning club in January. That was basically it was split into morning and afternoon. I did the morning demo, and somebody else did the afternoon one. But what I did in the morning, I did the part turned the water drop bowl. So I actually got the base coat down, then the water drops, and then the 2 different coloured paints to give the water drop effect. And I actually left it there as a raffle prize.
Yeah.
So it could actually stay at the club until the water was dried, and then whoever won the raffle prize could take it home and finish it off.
Yeah.
I'm not very sure on Wednesday what they'll actually be doing with the if they have a raffle or anything like that, but hopefully they will.
Yeah. He's added a bit more. He said, "Sorry, meant sell or go to craft fairs." Well, you're part of this arts and crafts co-op.
Yeah, I'm a part of 2 arts and crafts cooperatives where they both have shops. So I've got stock in them. I only tend to do how many? Probably 2 or 3 craft fairs a year. I'm doing a weekend one in August. That's up at a local castle. That's quite a big event. It's like the country fair type thing.
What castle?
And Drumlanrig. It's just outside Thornhill,
Right.
not far from Thornhill in Dumfries and Galloway. So I'll be doing that. I think that's around about the 18th of August, and they do a big Christmas craft fair as well, which is an absolutely beautiful setting. It's I think I put photographs up last Christmas. It's right outside the castle itself. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, it's just such a lovely area.
Mm.
We've got another question from Deborah Beardall. Is wood turning a full-time job for you, or do you have another line of work?
I'm retired. Just recently retired. I retired on the 6th of May.
Yeah.
I tell you the truth, it still feels like I'm on holiday at the moment. I'm still waking up on Monday morning thinking, what am I doing at work today? And then obviously I'm not.
Yeah.
So I am retired, so I am doing more turning. Trying to get me name out there, trying to get my face out there, and hopefully get on the demo route. Excuse the dogs.
No, well, they're trying to get their names out there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's easier for them. They're louder than me.
I know.
So yeah, I'm trying to get on the demo scene, if you like, and I also do tuition as well.
Yeah.
My job before I retired was as a trainer, although in the care sector.
Yeah.
But so I am used to training people, and I have got a fair amount of experience with turning, so it would be nice to pass that on, even if I do get paid for it.
Well, I mean, you've got 30 years. That's a lot of experience to share with people. And it's, I suppose, you know, you can, the world's your oyster, really, isn't it? You can do as much or as little of it as you like.
Well, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what sort of things do you love to make?
At the moment, it does tend to be coloured and textured work.
Yeah.
That's what I really like doing. It tends to be stuff that's around about 10, 12 inches diameter, maybe 2 inches deep.
Yeah.
For like the bowl dishwork, stuff like that. And sort of vases, which go anything from sort of 4, 5, 6 inch diameter, 8, 9, maybe 10 inches tall, stuff like that with different textures and colours and finishes on them.
A related question: where do you source your wood? Do you have a good source of wood locally?
I have now, although all the wood I get from this guy is wet.
Right.
It's all green wood, but it is dirt cheap.
Yeah.
He works on an estate. He's a forester on an estate, and he does know quite a few woodturners around this area. He does know what the wood's worth. It's just that he's, I think a lot of the wood that a lot of the trees that he brings down just goes for firewood.
Yeah.
So whenever he's bringing something decent down, he tends to send the message out to come and have a look. So got that. We don't have any particular place within Dumfries and Galloway really for buying dried wood blanks. So any wood that I do get from around this area tends to be either air dried or green.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So tell us something that the maker community doesn't know about you.
I had to think about this one because I've known the sort of people in the community or some people in the community for quite a while. But something that people might not know is that I am a keen cook.
Oh, right.
A keen cook and a keen baker, although my baking tends to be on the savoury or bread side of things.
Yeah.
So you safe with your cupcakes, Nicola.
Well, I do love my baking. Chris is the cook, really, in our house. I mean, I can cook, but it just doesn't interest me in the way that baking does.
Right.
And yeah, I like making my cakes. Years ago, my mum and dad had an Aga, and I used to bake bread. Probably every couple of days. Just because,
I certainly bake bread every week.
yeah.
Jane's favourite meal for a Saturday is pizza. So I make pizzas from scratch every Saturday, and depending on the weather, depends on whether I fire up the pizza oven, because
Right.
I've got a wood burning pizza oven.
Oh, have you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And believe it or not, once that gets up to temperature, that will cook a pizza in under a minute.
Yeah, yeah. They're great, those.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah. There was a guy who came to like a I don't know what you call it. It's sort of a park, you know, an outside park. And he used to set up his he had a horse trailer with the pizza oven in it, and that was the best pizza I've ever had.
Oh yeah,
It was
definitely.
just amazing. It was quite unlike anything else. So I'm quite envious of your pizza oven.
Well, never say never.
The wood in that you can't use.
Yeah. But I'm sure, you know, the pizza oven, you know, it's like Wayne was just saying that, you know, it gets up to such a great temperature, but you're going to have the, you know, the added, well, Wayne, you explain better because I've never eaten pizza out of a proper pizza oven like that.
Oh, you've never lived.
But what does because I know what a barbecue's like, but what does that heat and that smoke do? What does it taste like? Because
the thing is that there's not a hell of a lot of smoke. You've got to use kiln dried wood,
right?
And there's not a lot of smoke. The temperature gets up to between 650 and 700 degrees C.
Wow.
Within the oven. And it's just I think it's a blast of heat, and the crispiness of the dough when it comes out, it's just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that was what I particularly liked.
You love the crunch of things.
Yeah, I do. I like crunchy food. That was what I particularly liked. Has anybody else got any questions for Wayne that they'd like to ask? Feel free to add them in the comment section. Have you got anything else you'd like to ask, Wayne? Well, whilst you're having a think, where can people find you?
I'm on Facebook under Wayne the Woodturner.
Yeah.
I'm on YouTube under Wayne the Woodturner.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram under Wayne the Woodturner 2.
Right. Yeah.
My original one got hacked, and Facebook have been absolutely no help whatsoever in trying to get that back.
Yeah.
Why it was hacked, I don't know, because they can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't linked into Facebook or anything. So yeah, on Instagram, Wayne the Woodturner 2.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. So what are your plans for the future regarding your making and wood turning? Where would you ultimately like it to go? Where do you want to take it? How far do you want to
Where do I want to take it? Well, I want to. I'd love to have more people through, coming through for tuition. People who I have had coming through now. It's quite funny. The people who I have had coming through for tuition have been fairly experienced turners. But they wanted to do more on the colouring side of things. That was basically what they were wanting.
Yeah.
And they are members of wood turning clubs, and they've gone back, and I've had messages from them saying that they've given me name over to whoever organises the demos and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's too late for anything this year.
Yeah.
Because I would say all of the wood turning clubs this year, everybody's been booked. Yeah. So hopefully I'll get some phone calls next year, and hopefully I can get on the demo circuit next year. That would be ideally what I'd be after.
Yeah, excellent. So we might see you at Red Rose.
Yeah,
you might well do. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well,
certainly there was I'm forgetting where he was. There was a guy from Cheshire down at Maker Central, who was interested in getting me booked for next year. So
cool.
Well, that's awesome. But
Let
yeah,
me just have a quick look at the questions. Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft said, best pizza ever can only be cooked in a wood-fired pizza oven. I am surrounded by restaurants at the moment that throw everything into the pizza oven. I just cry at the quality of wood that they burn.
oh, geez.
Andy Pugh, now you're retired, are there any new skills or hobbies that you're going to have a go at? He said, oh, Chris has just asked the same question, but is there anything other than wood turning that you might want to try, or something a bit sort of left field that you might like to do?
Well, not necessarily left field, not necessarily left field, because a lot of people do this, but I've never been good with metal.
Right. Okay.
Whether it's been about the only thing I can do when I'm putting two bits of metal together is soldering.
Yeah.
I've never been able to weld. I used to be able to braze, not so bad, but I've never been able to weld. So that would probably be one thing that I'd like to have a go at. Other than that, no, not really.
Okay.
I just like to. I just want to be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing what you love and inspiring and sharing it with others. I think that's where we're all mainly at.
Yeah.
But having a reasonable income as well, because we've all got bills to pay, regardless of.
Well, that's it.
We've all got bills to pay, so that's always, a common denominator. But I'm sure, as word spreads about your demos and the few that you are doing, word of mouth, it's going to work for you, and you're gonna become more prolific.
It just snowballs.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Once
I hope so.
you start getting out there, it just takes on a life of its own.
Yeah.
So I'm sure 2020 will be very busy for you.
Before you know it, you'll be like us, and you have very few weekends at home. But we wish that for you. If that's one of your dreams and aspirations, we wish that for you. And it's lots of fun, as you know. You're doing the demos now, but it's lots of fun, and you get to meet amazing people. And so I'm sure you'll do it. You've said you're going to do it, and I'm sure you will, because you're a canny lad.
Cheers, mate.
Well,
I think that's everything.
That's everything. Absolutely amazing. That was so interesting.
Yeah,
and that's the beauty of these podcasts. You talk to these people that like Maker Central, and we talk to Wayne and in the exhibition halls, but we didn't know anything like that about him, and it's just so great to spend that half an hour talking to somebody that we all know, but get to actually really talk to them for half an hour.
Yeah,
and it's such an honour to have you here, mate. And we hope you're going to stick around, and you can chip in and chirp up whenever you like. And that was really, really, really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Chris.
No,
thank you so much for joining us. It's really been a pleasure talking to you and just finding out a bit more about you.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
So, and I'd just like to say before we get on to talking about what we've been up to.
Yeah.
See, most podcasts you'll get your 15 minutes of fame, but you've had your half hour of fame there. So long may it continue.
Yeah.
May that half hour will be days and days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand. Thanks very much.
No, cheers, man. Hang around. Have a cigarette now.
I will. And I'll have a drink.
Yeah, good on you. So yeah, thank you very much, Wayne. Lovely guy, and yeah, we bump into him at all the big shows and things. So it's cool.